Good morning and welcome to Heartland Dual Sport. In today's video we're going to be doing the show and tell Monday video of the Garmin Zumo XT. Again, this isn't going to be a full review, it's just basically a show and tell video, and it is one of the things that we purchased recently in preparation for an adventure. So let's get to the video. Now I can tell you already, and I've got some tracks and trips already planned in this GPS, and I can already tell you this thing is actually pretty fun. There's several things that I'll go over, and maybe some of these features you're aware of, and some of them maybe haven't been talked about too many times in other videos. I'm going to tell you about some of the features that truly attracted me to this GPS and why I decided to go with this. Number one, as many of you know, the KLR may have a little bit of a vibration with it since it is a single cylinder, big 650cc motor. And along with that, you're going to hear people talking about the iPhone or any of the other phones and the vibration being enough to potentially jack up your camera. With that said, I'm going to post up a picture real quick, and this was after a picture I took right after one of my first rides. Now, I don't know if it was coincidental or not, but the good thing is my phone's actually started working again, but as you can see in this picture, it's actually slightly blurry. Now, take that a step further, some of the things that they're actually advertising on the Garmin Zumo is it's not going to vibrate and break. They actually talk about that as one of the selling points for their GPS. I can tell you, if you guys have followed along in the past, we've used the Garmin 64 ST, which I think is a great one. They've actually replaced it. It's getting old enough now that that one's outdated, but it was great for the DRZ. It didn't take up a lot of room. As you can see with this GPS mounted, and we're at a state park here in Texas, you can actually see whether you're in the shade or the bright sunshine. It's got a great bright screen to it. One of the other features that I really like about it is when you're traveling on a route, it's going to give you the turn-by-turn directions throughout that. And it will not only sync up with your phone to give you weather advisories, it gives you traffic advisories as well. Now, along with the weather and traffic, it will actually start flashing right in here. Whoa, almost hit a squirrel. Will actually start flashing right in here and tell you if you're speeding. So if you're in an area with the posted speed limits, which the majority of the time you will be, especially on your road trips, it's going to tell you if you're speeding, which is actually a really cool feature. Look at how beautiful this lake is, guys. We'll stop and get a picture of my bike right in here. Some of the nice features is that it automatically syncs with your Cena. So when you're getting your turn-by-turn directions that it gives you, it'll be coming through your helmet. It'll also sync with your music, so that way you can be listening to music on your way to wherever you're going. As many of y'all know, I love my music, and I spend a great deal of time with the music. So another cool feature that I really enjoy, and one of the things that I think will be really fun that I think kind of gets skipped over in a lot of videos, is it's actually got history built into it. So if you're going around on your different trips or your tracks or trails and there's a historical marker, it'll actually notify you of the historical marker, and it'll tell you how far away you are from it and that kind of stuff, so you can stop and look at it. And that's one of the things that me and David enjoy doing anyways. We have actually found some really cool information just stopping and reading the historical marker sign, so it's kind of fun. And then of course there's a lot more to this GPS. It'll actually do way more. We're just kind of scratching the surface on what it can do and what it can do to help you as far as planning your next adventure. Now, with that said, planning your next adventure, that's one of the settings inside your map. So if you pick a location that you want to go to, you can actually put on there no toll roads, avoid the interstates, avoid highways, avoid whatever. and it'll get pretty dang good on the back road stuff. And one thing that I know that another guy mentioned in his video, he wasn't sure if it was going to show up like some of these dirt roads or the forest roads. If you'll go into your map layers and you can actually change it over to where you're seeing some of the typo stuff, your typo maps actually show those forest roads, so when you're riding along you can actually see them. But as you can see, it's touchscreen friendly with your gloves. So here we are riding along. You can zoom in and see exactly where you're at on the map. And this is the typo feature. I'm sure you can tell that this isn't a public road or a highway, but it shows us right here, and it's pretty dang accurate as far as where we're at, and I really enjoy that as well. Okay, so back to planning your trip. Like I was saying, you can go in there and you can set the features. Say you're planning on going somewhere and you're wanting to do nothing but back roads, trails, and then day 2, say day 1, you run into a lot of rain and you're running behind on your, because everybody's on some sort of budgeted time, whether it be a week off for vacation or whatever else. We've only got X amount of time off, even if you're retired. So anyhow, say day 2, because you didn't make it as far as you wanted to on day 1 or day 3, it doesn't really matter. You can go in there and change those settings to where you could actually hit some toll roads or interstates or whatever, and it'll take you the quickest route, which I think is actually, like I say, it's a really cool feature. I plan on just using mine for back roads and making my trips, they'll be longer road trips because I'm taking the back roads. It's never going to be as fast as an interstate. But again, we're on a KLR, and that's one of the reasons I think this is one of the best GPSs for the KLR, is because this bike's not really made to do 75 or 80 all day long. This bike's made for adventure, and that's exactly what it's made for. And with this bike being made for adventure, it only makes sense to take the back roads. So again, guys, that's going to wrap it up on this Show and Tell Monday video about the Garmin GPS. I think it's a really nice addition to the bike. I think it's going to come in real handy when you're planning your epic adventure, and everybody's version of epic adventure is different. But I do think this is a GPS that was actually geared for this bike. As you know, the bike's not made for speed, it's made for adventure. So when you're looking at your map, like I say, you can go in here and go to where to. You can search by your home address, explore addresses. You've got the different categories that you can go through. You've got TripAdvisor, Ultimate, public campgrounds. Like I say, the history pops up automatically. But when you're driving, you can go to your settings and then change your route preferences. You can change your map vehicle. I just got the motorcycle or the arrow on mine. I don't remember. Let's go back and see what we got. Yeah, mine's just a yellow arrow. It just makes it easier for me to see. But again, guys, I'll touch on a few other of the little deals and go into some of the settings. If you like this video, give us a big thumbs up. I'll also put a link down below if you guys are interested in getting this. One of the other things, and I've got to throw this out here, as you can see, I've got so much junk on my bike. I've got this auxiliary plug-in because I don't have enough things to charge all my GoPros, the Cena, and the GPS. One of the problems I had with the TRX right off the bat is I had it plugged in over here, and the little deal, it vibrated enough that I broke that cord. I didn't have another cord that I could plug into a USB port, so it was gone. One of the things I love about this and the way it's set up, this mount has a charging cord already in it with an inline fuse, and it's run straight to the battery. So even if you guys aren't trying to charge cameras while you're rolling, you'd still be able to keep your GPS charging without blocking off one of your other charging ports, which would mean you could still keep your Cena charging and any other thing that you may have on your bike that you want to run that's electronic wise. So again, that's just one more perk. I love it because of the way it connects on there. You know me, I've got those little phone deals on the back, just kind of help hold it. But again, guys, we appreciate your likes, comments, and subscribes. May you have a blessed week. If you enjoyed this video, give us a big thumbs up, share it with your friends. If you know somebody looking for a GPS for their KLR 650 adventure, please share this video with them. Again, we appreciate your likes, comments, and subscribes, and may you have a blessed week.